Hey everyone, today I'm going to do a real quick review on the Sakura Wars kits that I recently built from the Sakura Wars line from Bandai. These are both high grades. This one is in 120 scale, this one in 124. That is mildly important, especially for me who collects 124 figures and accessories. So, as you can see, they are about the same size here. The red one here includes a lot more in the box than the other. That one is the Spiracle Striker Mugen Hatsuho Shinonome type. This one is the Kobu Kai Sakura Senguji type. I think they're specific to the pilots. I never played the game, so I couldn't tell you any more than that. I bought these specifically so that I could use that hammer, that sword, in other situations. But they are really cool mechas. I fell in love with them really fast, and I am going to be getting more. I didn't think I would, but I really enjoyed them. Now, on these, I didn't use any stickers except for the eyes. There are 3D little gems that you can stick on. There are a ton of stickers for these, though. A lot of color correction, especially on the red one. The sheet is about that big, it's a big one. That said, out of the box, it looks pretty great. I used markers on these and Sharpies. You can see here there is color variation on the gold. I put that in metallic Sharpie. So it's not perfect, but for sitting on the shelf, it's good enough for me. I am planning on painting these because, like I said, I did fall in love with them pretty easily. Let me go ahead and show you guys what's going on with these guys. I'm going to do the pink one first. So red, you can move over here. So for the pink one, the first thing you'll notice is that they are really stubby, especially compared to other mecha that you might see. Like, that's a Jim. Oh my god, he is so dusty. But he's really stubby in proportions. But comparatively, that would be like super tiny, super small. So it makes sense in a way. The proportions are more humanoid than the Gunpla. That's not a bad thing. I don't see how you'd be able to run about in this thing, but according to what I've seen on gameplay, it can run pretty quick and acts just like a person. The articulation you would expect from such a stubby thing isn't a lot. That does tend to happen a lot on that side. This one stays in pretty well. Just the regular ball, the ball joint type on the hip. So, a pin that goes into a locked in PC part, you rotate that. The knees, you don't get a lot there. Same with the elbows, surprisingly. There's not a lot of articulation. I mean, I say surprisingly, but it doesn't even go 90 degrees. These don't move, but these flaps open. Pretty cool there. I don't know if that's important in the game. These are wiggly. This moves. It's on a ball. So you can move that whichever way you feel. The hips move too. I forgot to show that to my Discord server that I was flashing off the articulation. But everything else is all stuck in place. There's a joint here, a little hinge to open that little hatch. I don't know what that would do because even when you open the front, let's see if I can do that on camera. It's just a tiny little hatch. There's no way she could peek out of there. But you can see inside pretty well. Let's see here. Yeah, she's there's wires that connect to her arms to the rest of the machine, but I didn't put those in because I am planning on painting her. But yeah, no, it looks, the articulation on that is pretty cool. You see a lot of details inside. They did plan that one pretty well. Now, oh yeah, the foot also has this joint. It can rotate inside that leg a little bit, and this flaps a little bit. So yeah, not a lot of articulation, but what's there gets you going. You know, you can actually do some pretty dynamic poses with it. You know, I mean, with a little help, it could look pretty cool. You know, maybe some blue tack that'll get him sticking there, and that'd be really awesome. That said, we'll go to the accessories that come with it, and there's not a lot going. The sticker sheet on this one, I said there were a lot. I kind of lied. I thought there were more, but that's the wire that you'll cut into pieces to plug her in. There's some red. All these are interior, so they go on the consoles. I'll probably just paint something or put a piece of paper and glue it to those things so they can kind of show a display. I saved some of the extra polycap parts, but this hand is a replacement for this one. It's just the same as that one there, so there's nothing special about it. And then you get another holding hand for that side if you wanted to do the sword on the left instead of the right. I put the sword in here. I put it in the wrong bag. Hold on. Odd, because like I said, it does have the sword here. But this came with parts for another sword, but not all the parts for another sword. There was even a spot on the sprue for that gold piece, but they cut it off. I'm not sure why they would do that, but that's what they did. So you can see there's part of a sword. So she's not meant to hold both of them for some reason. But that is all you get with her. This one is cheaper than the other one. I think it's worth the buy. Definitely cool with this metallic injection pink. That goes off really well, in my opinion. You know, a lot of people don't like metallic injection. I don't mind it so much. I've been hating on it a lot, but honestly, it's not that bad when it's the small pieces like this. It doesn't bother me so much. I still want to paint it, though. She deserves a really cool coat of paint, and I need to find that little heat vent thing. Here it is. Interesting little parts, you know, the rivets everywhere are cool. It looks very hastily made, and like, hey, get out there and fight. I don't know if that's what what actually happens in the game, but that's what it looks like to me. In any case, this one's the Kobu Kai. It's a weirdo. Now we go to the 124 scale. This one's the Spiracle Striker Mugen. And the articulation on this one's very similar. We have the ball joint and the shoulder. It can come out just a little bit, but for some reason it goes to the back. The shoulder, this is not articulated, the Shrine Maiden kind of thing. That happens because this is really heavy. This hammer is super heavy. Anyways, you know, you got the ball joint. Okay, it does go forward. So yeah, you get a little bit of forward there. The arm has their standard articulation here, you know, in, out, not very far. It can rotate there at the shoulder. Right here, the elbow actually has to come out just a hair in order for it to articulate. But once it comes out, I think maybe I put it on backwards. Oops. Or I rotated it too far, one way or the other. So yeah, once you pull it out, you get a bend. And that one's a little bit further than the other one. It's still not 90 degrees. That's really bright. Let me turn that down. The metallic effect, it shows off really well. Same with like over here. I put panel line in just to kind of set those colors off instead of coloring them or painting them. You can see right through them on the camera, but in person you can't really see through them. It's funny. So yeah, arm articulation. This one rotates. These ones, it didn't come with extra hands, so you just get that claw. That's it. Not bad, but the other one you got more, so I don't know. Did I put these on backwards? I must have. Well, in any case, that's the arm. The leg, you got rotation here. You got a bend at the knee. It's not double jointed. Doesn't even come close to 90 degrees. But why would it? The foot, just a ball joint, simple. You have a little rocking here. Not very much. A little pivot there. So it's ball joint. You get rotation and pivot. This is on a joint. Just a simple ball. Same with these. Oop, that's not supposed to happen. So you get rotation there. But not a lot, you know? It's just enough to make it so you can move the legs, which you can't do that much, very much either anyway. And you get the hatch. Of course, the hatch opens. You get that mean look right there. If you open it, then there's the girl. She's looking a lot more comfortable than the other girl, you notice. In any case, that's the very simple articulation on this one. It's not bad, but by no means is it good. Is that on a ball? No, it's not. You can see there's a lot of fine details on this one as well. In the cockpit, there's more detail inside here. I'd have to take it apart so you can see. Forgot how to do that. We'll leave that alone. Just take it on faith. It's very detailed inside. Hammer now. I got this for other kits, right? I wanted this to work with my other stuff. It won't. Unfortunately, it's a very large hammer. And that is not a bad thing. It's not unmodifiable. But it's big, you know, this peg size, huge. That's the kicker though. You see you got that little ledge there that plugs into the arm. Lets her hold it. It is very heavy. It's much heavier than, almost as heavy as the kit. So here's a better look at that elbow. Like you can lock that in place. You get a little bit of bend. But if you pull it out, you get a lot more. Almost 90. I don't know what that would be called. Pennants. That does get in the way of the articulation, but if you rotated it out, it's still not 90 degrees. That said, with this heaviness, your best luck with posing is with blue tack. You know, pin it to where you want it to go. There are a million stickers for this thing too. Like all those details on it, all this would be color gold. Some of these are color gold. These are stickers too, so for venting it'll be like red and black. It's just crazy detail. So with paint, it's gonna look amazing. There she is, back to normal. And like I said, this is a 1/24 scale. So to show you what that would look like with the pilot outside of the cockpit, I did have a couple of things to show. This is apparently a 1/24 scale Batmobile. I don't think it's 1/24. It might be something like, I don't know. It's smaller though. Definitely not 1/24. Wants to be, but it isn't. Batman's in there, but he's sleeping, so leave him be. I don't have any Hexagear vehicles with me, but I do have the Hexagears figures. I took some pictures with it, but Here's one of the guys here. You see, this is a pretty big machine. That hammer will definitely get the job done if you wanted to fight these guys off. These are 124 scale, so they are the same size as what that would be in universe. Get this hammer. Boom. That's one dead person. But I think the game mentions that they fight against demons, so I don't think you have to worry about getting murdered that way. In any case, they do match up pretty well. Funny thing is, they look like in universe that they would work very well with this guy as well. I think, you can't really. The 120 scale, it's a big difference. Like if I were to open that up and show you the girl again, she's a lot bigger than he is. But it doesn't look like it would be out of place with that one. They look like the same, but like different technology, like maybe World War I versus World War II, something like that, or even afterwards, so World War II versus like a more modern war. But you can see the similarities between the stubby body that looks like a tin can carrying a person, the short legs, all that stuff. It's still there. I definitely see the evolution, but in 124 scale with these guys, I think it's really cool that they have these. I'm definitely getting more. I have the green one on the way. That one has a like a magical book. There's one with a flamethrower, big umbrella. There's a lot of cool ones out there. So if you haven't gotten one of these, or if you've seen one and you're on the fence, I wouldn't say, hey, just jump out and buy it. Think about it, is this going to be cool with the rest of my stuff? You can see it's similar size to my very dusty gym, but definitely a different look. You can do some part swapping, change the legs out. It would be pretty cool to see some of those parts on a Gunpla. I saw someone on another Discord that I don't usually follow too much, but he made it into a Warhammer mech. Looked awesome. Definitely something that you could do. I really love the way it looked. I think these things are really nice. The price is pretty steep, so that's where I would say think about it. Is it worth it for me to get them? They aren't very articulated. They are really cool looking. They need some love to look perfect, but I think that's pretty cool. We like to out of box them. I do a lot of out of boxes. That's out of box. These guys, I put some paint on those, but honestly, I don't really do a lot of painting anymore. I need to get back into it, but when I do, I like to go all out, and these ones have a lot of crazy details so that I could do that. So just depends on what you're looking for, but if you are looking for something different to do, that's going to be one of them. It has very similar features to Gunpla, so if you build a Gunpla, you're going to be able to build one of these. It is built by Bandai. Bandai makes them, so it's mostly the same stuff. No better or worse quality. It's just those metallic injection. This is all metallic injection. Very shiny, very pretty kit. I wish they did more like it. I mean, people hate on the metallic injection, but like I said, it's not that bad. I knock on it too. So I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. People do. Everyone does. But yeah, if you feel like something different, give it a shot, and it'll work with the other stuff. It's not taking up much more room on the shelf than a gym, than a bigger high grade. Run it, It's still smaller than a master grade, and the details are incredible. You're gonna love it. Have a nice one.